Parrish, Florida area home sellers, don't make these 5 mistakes when selling in the next 4 months. Hey neighbors, I'm Newman. I'm a local Parrish, Florida real estate agent with Allison James. And today I want to share with you 5 mistakes that you really want to avoid if you're planning to sell your Parrish area home in the next 4 months, which means, through the remainder of 2022. And if you get any value out of this video, please make sure to like it and subscribe to this YouTube channel where you're going to get honest answers to your questions. You're going to get local updates on all of the markets. You're going to find out what's going on in Parrish, Florida, and helpful real estate do's and don'ts that will assist you in making informed decisions for your long-term goals.
No matter what, good things will come my way. Everything's going to happen for me, just as long as I never have no in my heart.
Seller mistake number 1, don't overprice your home. So for the past few years, and of course the first quarter of this year, we saw huge price gains in housing, mainly because there were more buyers in the market than housing supply to accommodate those buyers. So when a house went on the market, what were we seeing? Back-to-back showings. We had multiple offers with escalation clauses, and homes ultimately sold way over asking price and usually under contract in 2 to 3 days. But as interest rates jumped from 3.25% at the beginning of the year to about 5 to 5.5% today, what did we see? Some cooling in the market. Buyers were backing off, kind of sort of waiting it out to see what the feds were going to do next. And during that time, we saw more houses come on the market, and now in Manatee County, we have 2.5 months worth of inventory after experiencing less than a month's worth of inventory over the past 2 years. Which means that buyers now have more choices than just your house. Builders actually have inventory available, and we're seeing hardly any wait list now for new construction. So now you're competing against builders who are offering great incentives. They're paying all of the closing costs. Sometimes they're buying down the buyer's interest rate, offering design incentives. And if you think that buyers are not willing to wait a few months for that new home to be completed, then you'd be wrong. They are willing to wait a few months. We've also seen current listings, both new construction and resale, making price decreases over the past 3 months. Why? Well, because with more inventory on the market and buyers having more choices, prices need to be in line with market values. If you're a resale home seller and your neighbor sold their house in the first quarter of this year and got way over asking price when the rates were, of course, lower and the inventory was under a month, then now you try to price your house at or even above where they sold theirs, then that strategy is a mistake you want to avoid. Have your real estate professional share all the data about this current Parrish area market and then narrow it more to your specific neighborhood to start with the realistic market value price that will bring you the best offers and more quickly. So don't make the mistake of saying, well, let's price it higher so it gives us some negotiating room. That is not a good strategy. Pricing it right from the very beginning brings you the best offers. And remember, the longer your house is on the market, the more price reductions you have to make. Even if it's just one price reduction, the more buyers are going to think, wonder what's wrong with that house. And they're going to assume that maybe you need to sell it very quickly. You have a fire sale, and they're going to offer less for your house.
Oh my God! We're having a fire sale!
Seller mistake number 2, not preparing your home for sale. So remember, buyers have more choices now. So if you want top dollar for your home, get it ready to sell before you list it. An experienced real estate professional that knows your local real estate market will walk through your house with you and give you expert advice on what needs to be done to have your home ready to show and that will stand out above the competition. For example, tidy up your curb appeal. So you know what it's like when you drive through areas, whether you're looking at a house or not, you notice things about other people's yards that either catch your attention in a really good way or really catch your attention, and I gotta get a picture of that. That's crazy. So you wanna make sure your curb appeal is appealing. Hey, there's a good word for it. Make sure you have your lawn nice and greened up and cut and trimmed. Make sure your edges are crisp. Pull out the weeds. Cut all the dead stuff off of trees and off of bushes. Make sure your yard looks as nice and appealing as possible, because when those people come to your home, they're going to be drawn in from the very get-go, from the time they see it. So definitely make sure you tidy up your curb appeal. Take care of any deferred maintenance. So it's always a best practice for you before you list your house to make sure you've cleaned out your gutters, that you've had your HVAC serviced and cleaned, that you've had any leaks repaired, that there's nothing going on with your roof. Make sure that your pool pump, if you have a pool, all of that area is working. And here's why. When you do those things, it shows that you've taken care of your home. And I always tell my sellers, when was the last time you did your HVAC? When was the last time you took care of any deferred maintenance? Did you have to have any work done? If so, get those receipts out. We're gonna leave them in the kitchen on the counter. So when buyers come by and they walk through your house, they're gonna see those things and they're gonna say, wow, these sellers are really conscientious. They take care of their home. Remember, there's real value and there's perceived value. And we always want to plant that good perception in the minds of the buyers that you take care of those deferred maintenance ahead of time, so it's something they don't have to worry about when they want to move in your house.
Fix that step. Just know I will handle this, okay?
Another area to prepare your home is, you've heard it a million times, I say it all the time, you need to declutter. You might like all of your stuff, but walking through a house that is packed full of personal items, things like that, boxes, toys, kitchen appliances all over the place, those sorts of things distract the eyes of a buyer. Whether you believe it or not, that's the way it is. So you want to declutter as much as possible. Make sure you get some boxes. Pack up stuff you're not going to be using. If you don't need all 50 sets of pristine dishes that you have, pack up the other 49 and keep one out. Make sure that your closets are thinned out. Make sure that your pantry is very organized and decluttered. Your drawers are all decluttered, not your drawers, but your drawers in your house. And just make sure that you go through the house, you make it as decluttered as possible, because again, buyers want to walk through and see the house, not your stuff.
Hi, ED. I'm Beck Bennett, and this is my home. Come on inside. You don't need to. You can just get over. You don't need to get that. That's just some boxes.
And always, always, always make sure you deep clean your house before you list it. Now, what do I mean by a deep clean? Well, everybody has their own level of clean. I happen to be a clean freak. I like my house to be clean. So your level and my level might be different. So it's always good to get another set of eyes, whether it's your real estate professional or someone else. Maybe you hire someone. If you don't want to do it, hire a cleaning crew to come in. But there are many areas you want to hit, not just the cleaning of floors and countertops, but you want the outside of your cabinets to not be greasy and oily with fingerprints all over them. You want your mirrors to be clean. You want your inside and outside of all of your appliances to be polished and very pristine, very clean. You want to organize inside and outside your refrigerator. Even if you're not leaving it, you want to give that perception that the home is very clean. Always make sure your baseboards are clean. The fronts and backs of all of the doors are clean. And like I said before, get all of the windows clean. It's a great perception to give the buyers when the home is very clean. They really believe that the value is there because you put so much effort into living in a home that is very well maintained, very clean, and they don't have to do as much if they decide on your house.
Emily, get that dog into a tub and start scrubbing, and scrub your head and arms while you're at it. Johnny, Katie, get some towels and start mopping up those suds. Bobby, AJ, we're on kitchen duty. Everybody, go, 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 now!
Seller mistake number 3, not presenting or staging your home to appeal to as many buyers as possible. So remember that Florida has many out-of-state buyers coming here. They want to buy a piece of the Florida lifestyle that they've either seen on TV or maybe they visualize in their minds. So you need to have your house looking the best it can to appeal to the masses. Now, according to a National Association of Realtors consumer survey, 86% of buyers can better visualize their future home when the house is staged. Buyers looking online are 40% more likely to view a home in person, and staging your home can make you sell your home between 6 to 10% faster. So talk to your real estate professional about staging your home. Find out if they pay for it, if you pay for it, and find out how much local stagers charge in your area. And do they offer a 3-month contract? Is it more? Is it less? Or if you want to use a real estate professional that already offers free staging when they list your home, give my office a call so we can set up a time to meet with you. And take number 4, not disclosing material defects, repair issues you've had, or any current issues you're having. Failure to make disclosures about even the smallest issues inside or outside your home, or even failure to disclose HOA information, maybe any legal issues they're having, any upcoming assessments, those are big no-nos and something you definitely want to avoid. Here's what the paperwork says. Where the seller of a home knows of facts materially affecting the value of the property which are not readily observable and are not known to the buyer, the seller is under a duty to disclose them to the buyer. So fill out that seller's property disclosure, and remember, your real estate agent is not allowed to do that for you. And you need to disclose. Seller mistake number 5. Not using a real estate professional in general, or one who properly leverages modern social media strategies and platforms that will gain your home the most exposure in the most creative ways to make your house stand out above the competition. So not just professional photos and videos and 3D tours of your home and a sign in the yard, but marketing strategies that emotionally capture buyers with targeted paid social media ads. So I'm saying not just me in front of a new listing that I post on my Instagram or my TikTok or my Facebook. We all do that, and that's important. But ads that catch the attention of the buyers who are on those platforms and relate emotionally with those ads. So they want to relate emotionally with your home. So what do I mean by a marketing ad that is targeted and relates emotionally? I'm going to give you an example, and then I'm going to tell you how I applied that marketing strategy to get a home sold. So remember several years back, there was that really great Subaru car commercial where the dad's leaning into the window on the passenger side, and he hands the keys to this 4 or 5-year-old little girl, and he tells her, of course, to be safe and, what time to be home and all of that sort of thing. And then when the camera goes back to her, it shows her as a 16-year-old or 17-year-old who is taking the car out for the first time. So, of course, Subaru knew how to capture their target market, which was obviously families and the fact that children do grow up so quickly. Just yesterday, they were 5. And today you're handing the keys and you're concerned about their safety. And that did a great job. It was a great marketing tactic for Subaru. So how did I take that same marketing strategy where they used a commercial to emotionally relate with the consumer? How did I use that in my marketing of a home? Well, I had one just a few weeks ago. It's a beautiful home. We had it staged. It looked gorgeous. We put it on the market on a Friday afternoon because that Sunday I wanted to hit an open house and see how many people we could draw in. I knew that we had marketed, we had priced it right, and I knew that it would get more than the price that we had. So I wanted buyers to compete over it, but I wanted it to happen in a very creative way to draw the buyers into that open house. So what I did was, my husband and I are music performers, have been doing that for way too long, and we took a Thin Lizzy song that we often perform, and we recorded a Thin Lizzy song, Still in Love with You, and we had an actor come in. I didn't use the actual sellers, used somebody to come in, because the real sellers of that house, even though they were moving somewhere else because they needed some more space, they really loved that house, and it showed in the way that it looked. They loved that house, and they were kind of sad to be leaving. So I took that emotion, because not every seller can't wait to get out. Some people are really sad when they have to move. Maybe they're going to another area. So we took that emotion, we put it to that music, Still in Love with You, and put together kind of a silly little music video of this guy acting about how sad he was to be leaving this beautiful home that he had created here in Parrish, Florida. So that video was something we did pretty quickly. We got it edited, and I uploaded it for the open house, announcing the open house. And I kid you not, we had, I stopped counting, over 46 people at that open house. There were so many people there. We then received 5 cash offers and took the one that was the highest and best. And of course, it did close way over asking price, and it closed very quickly. So that is an example of taking marketing, putting it on these social media platforms, leveraging it properly with paid ads, not just a, hey, here's an open house over here. There's nothing wrong with that. We do those boring ones too, but we wanted to do something to create an emotional connection with these people. And I'm telling you what, the people that walked in that had seen that video loved it. Said, oh, that was so fun. We didn't know Thin Lizzy had that song. We thought that was a Sade song because she did that one too. But they loved it. They enjoyed it. It's something that really stuck with them, and it made them want to go see this wonderful house, and it really paid off. So that's what I'm talking about. Make sure you avoid having someone market your house that is not going to try every creative way to get that home sold for the most money in the least amount of time. And again, if you get any value out of this video, please make sure you like it and subscribe to this YouTube channel. It really helps the algorithm, helps get the word out so other people can see informational videos that help answer the questions. If I don't have answers to your questions, I'll find out, or I'm just going to tell you, I don't know. So make sure you like and subscribe it. And if you have any other questions, you want to reach out to my office. If you're looking for an agent to sell your wonderful home, I'd love to be able to meet with you and chat about your options. I'm Catherine Newman. I'll see you next time.